Hello Capricorn! Thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Alright, already shuffled? Did I do those? I don't know. I might reshuffle or shuffle a little more of the oracle deck because... yes, I don't really recall doing it now. Alright, so messages for Capricorn that will link up to the cards. Yeah, I think I already did. Okay, so this is very interesting. I notice Earth and Fire, they seem to stick in the same feel. Because, like, I'm noticing for you, you got the wheel coming in, which the one I'm thinking of is Virgo. The Virgo came in with the Tower, but you're coming in with the wheel here, which is telling me something is pulling you into a situation. And when you're getting pulled into this situation, it's a twist of fate. It actually doesn't feel like you're expecting it, really. When I'm seeing the wheel turn, I don't feel like you're against it. It's just kind of like, oh, that's nice, and just kind of going with it. Like, the wheel turns in your favor, you go for it. I really don't see you expecting it, but I'm noticing Virgo had the Tower, so they were shocked. I don't see you shocked, but you're not really expecting it either. It's kind of like it's in the realm of possibility, but you really weren't expecting it. How's that go? Because when you're coming into it, I think part of the reason is that you do see this as a good situation. You do see this as a good situation, but you're noticing that it's where it is now isn't really changeable. But you're looking at it kind of like it needs to be changed, but you kind of also, to add another layer, you like that nothing's going to go crazy or there's not going to be quick things going on here. You got to assess it. You got to get into it. You want to dig in a little bit more to find out what the deal is. The situation has got the Eight of Swords kind of like it can't really, it feels to you like it can't change at the moment, but you got to figure out what's going on because you're like, even though it can't change right now, some things need to change. Some things aren't going to work out the way they're going. And you're okay with that. The Abundance card is right with that because I feel like the fact that it can't change right off the bat, you can work with that. You're like, good, because then I can see what's actually happening and I can make better decisions. You don't seem to be fettered by it at all. Very interesting. Like Virgo, which is kind of blowing me away, even though it can't change right off the bat, you're able to see what's really going on here. And you got the Sun card saying, yeah, it's not going the right way, but you know exactly what's happening, you know exactly why it's not going the right way, and you know what to do about that. It may not be right now, but you see it going well, and you're like, I like that it didn't change on me while I was trying to figure it out. I liked it staying the same. It was wrong. It currently still is wrong at this point when this card comes in, but you're like, that's okay, because I know it's really happening. You're really happy about it because you're like, and I know what to do and know how to change it. It's fixable. We can do this. This is perfect. I know exactly what's happening. This is good. The environment you're working with, whoever you're working with, Two of Cups here is telling me this is perfect. Like, they do know it needs to be changed. I don't feel them empowered to do it on their own for some reason. Well, you do have the Major Arcana card, to be fair, so you're the one in control is what it does feel like. You're giving the plan. You're saying this is what we need to do. You have some type of insight. I feel like people are following your lead or taking your advice at the very, very least. And it's connecting really well. It's connecting very, very well. The Ten of Cups comes forward with the action card. Changes start to happen in a way that you're comfortable with. They go as fast or as slow as you think should appropriately happen. You got the Ten of Cups coming in with the action, so things are changing, but the Ten of Cups is telling me it seems to be slow and steady wins the race, and you're moving things forward, you're giving that advice, it's being followed. The way it's changing, you're very happy with it. You're very happy with it. And people are happy because they're seeing the result. It seems to be happening quite quickly, quite frankly. Now, something else. I know there's a change coming up. This is interesting. Are you temporarily involved in this? It feels like you might be temporarily involved with this. Because I'm seeing the Temple path with the Justice. When you're involved, you do help put this in line. You put things more in perspective, things go a lot better. Things feel really good. But I'm noticing this Justice card with the Temple Path. It's kind of like you've helped people figure out what needs to be done. You've kind of given them a structure to work from. Is kind of what I'm feeling. And when the Justice comes in with the Temple Path, the two of these together is telling me they've learned what they needed from you, and then they move on. I do see that, like, this is like a bittersweet thing for you. You understand how it worked out. You do feel appreciated. You do see that your effect was very warranted, wanted, and appreciated. But that base chakra, the root chakra, is telling me kind of like, it's kind of like, it makes me feel that you know how things stand, but you're kind of like, I don't like this whole change it up feel. So you're very happy. You understand this is what needs to happen. But at the same time, you're kind of like, I'm a person that likes to get involved with things and likes to stick with them for a long while. I don't like things changing a lot. And this is causing a change. People moving on causes a change here. And I feel like you understand and you're happy for them and you're feeling appreciated, but at the same time, you're like, but I don't really want these pieces of my puzzle to move on, even though I understand they need to. So you're handling it well. You understand it. It makes sense. And I'm getting this Knight of Cups between you and this energy, like you're wishing them well as they move forward. There's good feelings here. It's just kind of like, but these are two pieces of the puzzle. I feel like there's two for some reason that I want to keep, but I realize I can't. So it's kind of like I understand and I'm happy for them, but at the same time, I'd really like to keep these pieces of my puzzle because it makes my puzzle work. Now, I feel like when these two pieces leave, I feel like it's two pieces for some reason. It keeps coming over, two pieces. And when they leave, the situation's still fine. And you're giving into the situation again. You got the Six of Pentacles. Is that the six? Yes. Six of Pentacles. So you're giving into the situation again, and you're putting it back together. You're replacing these pieces as necessary. But when I'm getting that Five of Pentacles, it's not because the situation is suffering. It's because you're having a hard time connecting again. Kind of like you don't want to reinvest in somebody else. It's kind of how they feel. You don't want to reinvest when you're like, yeah, I invest in this, and then they get to where they need to go, and then they head off. So it's like you don't really want to invest in a situation. You don't want to invest emotions into this situation. But the situation is doing well, but I feel like emotionally you're kind of like, it's like you're stuck in this quandary. I don't know if quandary is the right word. Conundrum? Maybe conundrum? I don't know what I'm trying to pull out there, but basically you help people, you bring things forward, you get them on their feet, and then they head off on their own. But you're kind of like, you know what to expect in that, but the fact that people move on, I feel like you're in a situation where people keep moving on. And I feel like you see that, and it bothers you. Like you're doing good, and you're doing what you need to do, but that people moving on, it's kind of like, I like to invest in people. I don't like people to keep changing. But you understand this is how it has to work, and it does work well. So the Five of Pentacles is kind of like, it is working. Because like I'm feeling that five, I'm seeing those pentacles, like there's a lot of good going on here. But it's emotionally, it's just kind of like, I don't like how people keep moving on. I just feel like I can't invest in people because they keep moving on. Alright, so I see that's how this is ending. I feel like it's a heads up. Because this twist of fate bringing you into this situation, I feel like the first time around you enjoy it, and then when those people leave, it's like, okay, that needs to happen, bittersweet. But I feel like as time goes on and this keeps repeating, I feel like this might be a situation you might not really want to be in long term. I feel like that's the heads up. So they're saying even when you get into it, see it for what it is. Because I feel like this might be something that you do for a while. You might even do this for a couple years, but I feel like this isn't going to be where you stay, whatever this is. This is a situation that's going to last for a couple years until you move on. But the reason you're going to move on, I feel like, is because of this. The Five of Pentacles kind of feeling like, I don't like how people keep moving on. I understand that that's how this should work, but I don't like how it feels. All right, I think we're good. All right, I'm going to wrap this up here. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.